going on.
Just for the record, she's driving.
Just for the record, she's driving. That's what I say with the jokes.
But I think in the world, it's going to always be a lot going on.
No, some days we'll come back and say, it wasn't a lot going on today, if you notice.
Is that in entertainment world, politics world, sports world?
Oh, well.
This world's so crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
Like Lady Gaga says.
Oh, Lord have mercy. But yeah, well, speaking of Lady Gaga, the Oscars. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk about, some people was mad because they left some people off.
In the memoriam.
And then when they named the people, I was like, you right. They did leave. And it was major people, too.
Right. People that I even know that I'm recognizing.
And I'm thinking, they said that they do it by a board. Decides on who goes on there and who's not. A board of people.
Why would a board decide any of the actors, actresses, or whatever they do in the whole world? Right. Decide that. What would be a reason not to put them in there?
Or why would they decide? Yeah, what would constitute them not being put in there?
Exactly.
So we talk about that. A lot going on with our country. Mm-hmm. DeSantis, Biden, Ukraine. Russia, I just looked here. We shot Russia knocked down a drone of ours or something. I had to read about that. But
and Pence making a stupid comment, trying to joke.
Mother.
You can tell that man is not going to be funny.
Mother, I have a joke, mother. No.
They were saying, Joy, you should write jokes. When she say, maybe I should or somebody should.
For Mike Pence.
He's not funny if whoever writes the jokes.
No.
I don't think they were at some event or something.
No. So, like I said, a lot going on. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Hopefully YouTube sends out notifications so people know that we're on. Mm-hmm. But let's start off, I guess, talking about what you saw on your thing. View. On The View. What happened on The View?
Apparently, Pence is targeted. Pence makes a stupid comment. I guess he's trying to make light of it because they were at some type of event that they always have, like not that correspondence
not that CPAC thing.
It was some other thing, and I guess we'll get the name of it, whatever it is. But they have it every year.
Okay.
Alyssa says she's gone
and they make jokes and stuff.
Yeah, make light of things, almost like a little roast.
So he was trying to be funny.
He was trying to be funny. I think Tucker Carlson made the comment as well, and some other news people like that, Tucker.
Yeah.
And it was, even listening to it magnified, it still was stupid because the comment was about Buttigieg, paternity leave. Maternity leave, paternity leave.
Wait a minute, for a guy?
For a guy. And that's been in the news for how long? They trying to get laws to I think put things in check where a man can stay home as well with the child.
If the wife isn't there.
If the wife isn't there. So
but are they saying that she can still be there and he still want to take off?
It doesn't matter. It allows him to leave his job for so many days, 2 days, 3 days, for paternity purposes. Now, if America frowns up at that, then that means that you're saying what, a man can't stay home and keep the baby?
I think as long as we're not paying for it.
No, it's leave from their job.
No, I'm saying as long as it come back to us.
It's their company paying for it.
But if the government is saying so, that means they making them do it then.
No, I guess they're just allowing them to maybe, I don't know how that rule goes because women had to fight for maternity leave as well, like 6 months. Each company is different.
I don't know.
They allow the woman to stay home. Some companies don't even allow a woman to stay home so many days. So it depends on your business and who you work for. I
guess I'm more conservative on that one because a woman, I understand, because she pushed the baby out.
For some reason, I don't see why there's a problem with a man staying at home to take care of the baby.
If she's there, why we need to be there?
No, we're not talking about her being there. We're just assuming she's at work. She went back to work and he's keeping the baby. How many women who do have the men in their lives, or even the couples now, LGBTQ community, will be happy? Whoever pushed the baby out, they go back to work because maybe they make the most salary. He's staying at home taking care of
But if she did,
I'd be like, oh my God, honey, you can take some days off. Yeah, I get paternity pay. I'll keep little Junior.
If she took the baby, if she had the baby, she already has maternity leave.
And that's, here's the thing. And Sarah hit the point. She said, if we're always trying to be equal, men pay.
Did he have to have the baby then?
No, he can't have the baby.
So that's not equal.
Let's just keep it real. No, let's just keep it real.
I don't know.
Sarah hit the nail on the head. She said, we got to be careful with this back and forth. If a man and his wants to stay, can he take a day or two off from his job, real simple, to stay home with Junior? Now we're not gonna argue about if she's home too. Yeah. I'm assuming that she's not at home.
No, she has to be.
No, she doesn't. No, and then too, here's the thing they were bringing up. What is Pence trying? What are they when they all talking about this being funny? Is he being funny because Buttigieg is gay?
Well, yeah. Which one is the mom? That's probably why he's saying that. Like, which one is the mother?
And they can make the decision in their home. If he needs a few days to help out, what is wrong with that?
But I don't want to pay for that.
It's not you paying for it.
No, I'm saying I'm business owner. I don't want to pay for that.
No, I disagree. Especially if you work for a big organization. If you're a CEO at a company and you need to take 2 days off to be with your little baby that your wife just had, you think your wife gonna be like, yes.
And also too, if he's that big at the company, his salary is huge. He could go home anyway. He don't need to take off.
What if it's somebody that has a smaller business, like a cleaning company, and his wife had the baby, she had her time off. Nah. She's going back to the cleaning company to keep running the business. He stays at home a few days with the baby.
No, do what they did in the old days.
What's wrong with that? So that's wrong for you to even push it on the woman.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what they did in the old days. Right. The old days, if they had a cleaning company, that baby was there.
I know.
In the laundromat.
Yes, he was.
In a bassinet on the side.
Both of them watching.
Both of them working. So you know the only reason why I'm different? Because I feel like we behind in America as far as our workforce and our education and stuff. In other countries, they'll be like, what? You know how many people trying to work?
Other countries probably have this.
They do?
Mm-hmm. I bet you they do it in Sweden. I bet you.
Well, you naming those type of countries. I'm talking about
well, every time they talk about
let's see, what countries?
Laws of the land, Joy always bringing up those countries. Their gun laws are better than ours. Their health care is better than ours.
All right, well, here we go. Countries with the best maternity and paternity leave.
Thank you.
Bulgaria, Norway, Sweden, Germany, Greece. 5 countries with the best paternity leave in the world. Japan. Oh, this paternity leave. I'm sorry. Paternity is Japan, Iceland, and Finland.
Thank you. I don't understand why anybody. You keep saying, "Are we paying for it? Are we paying for it?"
No, the businesses, are they paying for it?
It don't matter. I love the fact that the husband even thinks about taking a day off to keep the baby.
You know what?
How often does that happen?
I think I'm prejudiced because I think not prejudiced, but yeah, maybe prejudiced because for some, I keep getting this thing of him taking paternity off, and she's still there doing all the work.
She went back to work.
No,
I'm assuming she's back at work, because one of them got to be there. And what if he decides to do it? Because he can't get paid to do it.
Look at this. Bulgaria offers new parents 410 days of paid leave.
And you talking about us being behind? Hecky, yeah, we are.
Bulgaria's maternity leave covers 90% of the employee's salary through Social Security. Social Security, that's why. In addition, you pay into Social Security. So that's why.
That's fine.
In addition, for the period between the expiration of 410 days, the child... Okay, hold on. If it's like this, I agree. Because you pay into your Social Security.
That's why they.
So you take, but some people ain't gonna do it because that's taken from their Social Security.
Our government is trying to get on board, but the thing that they were saying,
if it's Social Security, that's fine.
But the thing that they were saying is that our government has already been talking about that, and I think some companies are allowing paternity leave for men, or pretty much men. Let's just say that for the male part of the couple, if it's a heterosexual, even if it's a gay couple, just like Buttigieg. But is the joke towards the fact that he's gay?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Versus he's a man staying home taking care of his baby.
Norway offers mothers to take 59 weeks of maternity leave, 80% of their pay rate, or 49 weeks at full pay. The father chooses to take up to 10 weeks or no leave at all, depending on the wife's income.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
That's why I told you I don't want to do a cut and dry no.
Right.
There may be different scenarios, but the fact that a man even asked to do it, how many men stay home with their kids? And how many men do it full time?
Japan is ahead of the curve when it comes to paternity leave.
They always are.
Offering 12 months to the new father.
Wow.
While many companies provide flexibility through shared parental leave. Okay. That I agree with.
Okay.
Shared. Mm-hmm. I don't want both of y'all sitting at home.
No, I don't know why you assume that she will be at home too.
Japan offers 1 full year of paid paternity leave exclusively for fathers. Mm-hmm. This leave is entirely separate from any leave granted to the mother. This is accompanied by partial allowance paid through the government's Social Security program.
Do y'all watch?
If it comes through Social Security, I'm fine.
It was a show on either Hulu or Netflix called All Arise. Uh-huh. I think Oprah brought it back on her network. She was a judge, a female judge, black lady. Mm-hmm. Her husband, they had a baby. Full time, mm-hmm. That man stayed while she was in the courtroom. Okay. Now, here's the thing that can also happen in that kind of relationship. That's why so he was bonding with the baby so much mm-hmm. that he had to even tell his wife do's and don'ts. So they were trying to make light of that and go, wow, it's the other way around on this one. Because usually the husband come home. Yeah, he don't wake him. I just put him to sleep. I'm so tired.
But this one was hard.
All
hard.
Right.
So Wendy says, hello, beautiful sisters. Hey, Wendy. Kiki says certain jobs are viewing paternity leave the same way they view maternity and giving benefits. Not just days, they get weeks. Emerald says, hey, ladies.
Hey.
And Kiki says, my manager took his leave with his wife to bond with the baby.
Thank you. So go ahead and play the tape, though.
All right.
They was mad at Pence because he made it a joke.
If we do it along the lines of Social Security, I'm fine.
Okay.
My last, Emerald says, my last child, I was only given 4 weeks paid leave.
See, we don't even treat the women right.
Yeah.
Japan is ahead of the game. They always ahead of us.
VP Mike Pence to apologize for an attempted joke at last weekend's political roast held by DC journalists, the Gridiron Dinner. Pence claimed Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg took 2 months of, quote, maternity leave during the nationwide airline crisis, which makes Pete the only person in human history to have a child, and everyone else gets postpartum depression.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
Man, what? Buttigieg has a child, and everyone else
that
gets
was the joke. It wasn't funny.
Yeah, that was stupid.
It was very bad. Keep going.
Oh, keep playing it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We'll point out that this joke wasn't funny when Tucker Carlson did it. It wasn't funny when Lauren Boebert did it. It's just not funny. It's just not a funny joke. But people are taking issue with Pence using the term maternity leave and making light of postpartum depression. And here's what Secretary Pete told ABC's Gino Benitez. Take a look.
Does Mike Pence owe you an apology? I'll let others speak to that. It's a strange thing to me because last time I saw him, he asked me about my kids like a normal person would. And I guess, at a political event in white tie, it's a little different. But again, there's not a lot of time for me to focus on the Washington game because we have real work to do here.
Targets are on site.
Good answer. But petty.
Yeah, it was a stupid joke.
It was a stupid joke, and Tucker Carlson made the comment as well. Some other probably Fox News people. Are you guys trying to say that because all of the ladies at The View said he knows better, he should be smarter because our country is trying to get that leave in place?
Well, somebody's saying here, family leave is not only maternity or paternity. It may be taking care of an older kid with a broken bone or taking an adult sibling for chemotherapy.
Thank you.
Taking care of an elderly parent. Could be family leave.
It can be a number of things.
Discussing maternity and paternity leave is frustrating because we are behind on this issue. It should have been settled, accepted years ago as the norm.
Thank you.
And this is coming from the party who bang on about family values.
Thank you.
Yet he's making fun of maternity leave.
Thank you.
This is common in Canada. Sometimes the choice of paternity leave is a financial one.
Yes.
Hmm.
That's why we thought that if he was being funny with Buttigieg doing it, they were saying too, are you picking at the LGBTQ community? Because that's what it sounds like.
Oh, that
to me, there's some hidden reason or hidden agenda.
Well, he probably saying
Buttigieg taking a paternity leave.
Yeah.
Who's the mom?
Yeah, that's what
Buttigieg's the mom.
That's what he's saying. Who's the mom? Like,
You not
which
the one that
had
can say
the child? But then on that,
you get it as a joke, right?
It's a dumb joke.
Okay.
But on that same token, then you can say the same thing about people who adopt. If I didn't give birth to the child, I can't take
maternity leave because you're not the real mom.
So that's stupid. That's dumb.
But I like the comments that they made about family leave, maternity, paternity. Regardless, it can be a situation where, like you said, a parent or something is ill.
Well, somebody else said that. Yeah. Well, to me, I like what I read about the other countries.
Okay.
If you do all this extra time, if these chairs are not comfortable.
Already? You just sat in it.
I know, that's so weird. Anyway,
okay.
If you're gonna do it, I feel like Social Security then I guess it should come out of Social Security or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, if your company is paying you,
I don't have any kids, so
you're making a nice salary.
And if somebody's saying it's grouped under family leave, then they're right. It's not just maternity and paternity. Yeah. It's leaving to take care of somebody.
Because some of us,
your child is sick, you got to go home.
Because some of us at our jobs, we have sick time.
Yeah,
we have personal time. So many days.
See, most people make that personal.
And we have, if you're pregnant, maternity leave. The dad should be able to say, I got to go home and stay with my baby, or I got to take care of my grandfather or whatever.
So are they saying
in the hospital she can't take care of them?
Or she at home?
I'm just saying whatever the scenario is. I'm giving it a specific scenario.
Yeah.
You should not say no. You can't take off.
All right.
So.
All right. So that's paternity.
Yeah, bad joke, Pence. And of all people, Mr. Christian man. Mr. What would Jesus do? He wouldn't say that joke.
Hold on, Lenore. Hold on.
Okay, mother.
Everyone knows Jesus had a sense of humor too.
He wouldn't have said that.
No, we don't know that. He might have said a joke like that. If one of the disciples wanted to take off,
he would have let Peter stay at home.
He said, follow me, and they had to leave their family.
And the wives had to take care
of their obviously, he's not for maternity leave. If he's forcing them to leave their family.
No, because they went back to Peter, and his mother-in-law was healed. She was healed.
Lenore, hold on.
He paid a visit.
Well, wait a minute now. If they're on the road with him, on the road to Damascus or something.
Remember that Jesus, they were mad at Jesus, Mary and Martha. If you hadn't been here, our brother wouldn't have died.
Right now.
See, so he should have been there.
Well, hold on, everybody relax. Because if they were following him, and let's say they were out there
for a season. So I don't think the women were having kids at the time. He's very wise. He's very wise.
Wait a minute for everybody for a second. Now let's say for just for a second, they were out there healing the sick and all of that,
and on the boat.
And then Peter said, "I gotta go home because I wouldn't need paternity leave."
Okay,
I don't think Jesus would have let him go.
I know
we got work to do. Though the harvest is plenty and the laborers are few. Now you got a job to do here. You know.
The wisdom of God. He pulled these men in the prime of their life, where they probably already had their children. And the wives were already taking care of the family. Go, Peter. Go, John.
Now you're right.
We've got this.
You're right because
you're with the Son of God.
You know what? You're right because
we're all on the same page.
You're right because my stepdad. This is Jesus talking.
Okay.
My stepdad. He was with my mom. And they were looking for a place for me to be born. So he obviously wasn't at work.
Thank you.
But on the same token,
they both took care of Jesus as a little boy.
They both took care of him at the same time. You're absolutely correct.
Okay.
And why was Joseph and Mary when Jesus was? Remember he was in the temple.
About his father's business.
Remember when he was little and he was in the temple?
Yes.
And he got lost. Well, he stayed there. And they lost him.
I was told that the Jewish custom is that the boy is become a man now after bar mitzvah, and he walks with the dad. Coming, he walks with the mom.
The point is,
I didn't know that. And Joseph couldn't find him because he was supposed to walk with
But
Joseph.
the point is, Joseph wasn't at work. Why is he running around looking for Jesus?
They were out on a family outing. They all went together.
It was during the day.
And Jesus was supposed to be walking with.
So Joseph took paternity off to go look for Jesus.
No, well, they were together. They looked for Jesus.
So, you know.
But Pence shouldn't have said that joke. That's the bottom line.
No.
Shame on
that
him.
was wrong. And Pence will go and he will repent for that. Knowing him. He'll repent. He'll go
I shouldn't have said
that. And she'll tell him.
Yes.
You shouldn't have said that.
That wasn't for you. That's not your lane. You should stay
What's his name?
lane.
John.
What is his name?
John
Mike.
Pence.
Mike.
Mike Pence.
Mike Pence.
Mike, you shouldn't have said that, Mike.
Honey.
Stay in your lane. When Trump does that, you don't do that. You're catching his spirit, honey.
Thank you.
You're catching his spirit.
Take some time and pray.
So
and fast.
Fast and pray. So that was wrong. His joke failed flat.
Yes, it did. On his face.
All right. So that's the end of him. Biden orders tougher background checks, red flag laws for gun buyers. He did an executive order. He ain't even going through Congress.
But Biden orders, they can shoot it down though, right?
No, he did an executive order.
Oh,
the U.S. President Joe Biden issued an executive order on Tuesday that reinforced background checks for gun buyers and what the White House is promoting as the most comprehensive policy the president can enact without Congress.
Oh, all right, Mr. Biden.
The order also aims to strengthen federal support for red flag laws passed in 19 states and the District of Columbia that intend to stop gun sales to people legally deemed dangerous to themselves or others. Mm-hmm. Biden's order also encouraged safe storage of guns and asked the Federal Trade Commission to analyze how gun manufacturers market firearms, including to minors. It follows previous executive action taken by the administration seeking to reduce gun violence.
Wow, executive order.
The White House, which released the order, said Biden planned to discuss it on Tuesday with gun violence victims in Monterey Park, California, where a shooter opened fire in a dance hall on January 21st. With more than 40,000 U.S. gun deaths per year, Biden is betting voters in the 2024 presidential election will embrace more proactive gun control. Republicans seeking their party's nomination to challenge the Democrat Biden in 2024 are certain to favor rights to possess arms while failing to stop criminals from getting them. They also contend many red flag laws trample on due process rights.
I'm trying to understand, even as a person who has my FOID card and
right. And in some states you don't need it. That's what he's saying.
Right. My concern is that people are legally getting the guns. We get it. I know you can red flag. That's hopefully will help. That's one check mark. You're not going to be able to do everything to stop these type of mass shootings because these people are legally getting the gun. They may wait the 3-4 months, whatever the time frame, but cuckoo, maybe 7 months later, 2 years later, there's a time frame that things may change. It's hard to find out where a person's mental state is after they've done everything legally. But why would you fight tougher background checks? Because I don't want, criminals, quit comparing yourself as a rightful gun owner to a criminal. Criminals gonna do everything they can to get everything they can. So quit saying, well, if the criminals got one, I want one. There's nothing you can do as much as you can with criminals having a gun, but I really think the red flagging is a good one.
It says the heart of the executive order seeks to expand background checks intended to prevent felons or domestic abusers from buying guns, largely by leaning on federally licensed gun dealers to comply or educating others who may not realize they are required to run background checks under existing law. There's already a law that you're not supposed to sell to felons.
And why would I, if I have anything in my background that is kind of scary or shady, and I probably know I'm not going to get approved to have a gun, that's when I probably may think criminally and get one in the back alley. But if you got a clean, squeaky background, then what's the problem?
So somebody said, seems as though the penalties for committing a gun-related crime should be made more harsher, not softer. Those relegated to enforcing, prosecuting those that break the law do their job to the letter of the law. Fear of punishment could be a big solution to less crime. Somebody said you are half correct. The fear of punishment only exists if there is also a probability of being caught.
Thank you.
There are already more than enough laws. That's what the Republicans are
laws
saying.
Are coming out
well,
of
you
our
agree
ears.
with the Republicans.
Yeah. Well,
you just need to enforce them. The laws need to be enforced.
No, that's for criminals.
No, they're saying for us. The laws need to be enforced, and there needs to be high levels of police in areas where there are high crimes.
I like the red flagging for sure. However way you can.
We already got it.
No, I mean if they have to do more to do it.
Right.
But I don't know when you get these situations when the person does mass shooting and then they take their own life.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow, we could have put him in court and did this harsher law on him. Well, others are looking like him as the example.
And
I'm not going to do mass shooting like that man did.
And selling it, you saying the background check, you can still get pass a background check and go Lulu.
That's what I just said.
So
I don't know, but what's the fighting of it? Are they mad because now you may have to do extensive background checks now?
Probably.
Instead of 1 month, it's now 3?
I don't know.
You know, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting to get my gun while the criminals are going, hey, man.
I just feel like that's the conservative part of me, that Democrats always do laws on laws on laws on laws, when all you really have to do is enforce the laws you already have. You don't have to keep doing a law on top of a law on top of a law. Enforce the ones you already got on the books, and then you're okay.
How are they enforcing it? They can't get the criminals to stop.
Well,
enforcing the laws with more police officers on the street.
I don't know.
Give people money to speak up when they do see some shootings. If they tell you, did Bubba do that shooting in a gang related thing, and they give you $30,000-$40,000. Would you take the money and say, yeah, Bubba did it?
Well, you already know my stance, which you don't agree with.
Oh, that's snitching.
No.
What?
Back to the Wild Wild West.
Well,
you already know my stance. I'm more
guns than less guns. Whoever gets the gun away first.
You walking into a grocery store.
That's what my old manager said that. We all be
You walking into a grocery store, you know what I'm saying? Like you ready to fire. It's about 100 people in there that's going to knock you down.
That is the Wild Wild West. You're right.
That's the Wild Wild West. Yeah. You're not going to be just breaking in people's houses because the old lady down the street got one.
Right. You come to carjack her, she may pull it out and go ping.
Everybody got one. But then you in a different society now. The Wild Wild West didn't have the World Wide Web, and it didn't have the social media.
Yeah.
Now you're going to have people doing stuff just so they can be famous and go out in a bang.
Yeah.
Whereas back then, nobody knew about Jesse James until 8 years after he dead.
Exactly.
You knew about the old man, Jesse James.
Yeah, how was he?
Ooh, remember on the Brady Bunch? He was a mean man. Remember him?
Dad.
He shot my dad.
Because Peter was Bobby really wanted to be him.
Yeah, Jesse James. He was a low down, dirty scoundrel. And Bobby was like, really? He killed my dad.
Yeah.
After Ron DeSantis got testy over reporters' question about Ukraine, he told Tucker Carlson the war should not be a U.S. priority, moving closer to Trump's position. I agree with Trump. Mm-hmm. I've always agreed with Trump. I know y'all don't like that. Mm-hmm. This is probably the only thing I agree with Buckethead Ron DeSantis. Mm-hmm. I don't like our involvement in Ukraine.
Very heavy involvement.
Too much money. Mm-hmm. Where are all these other countries putting money in?
And they're not part of, what's the group?
NATO.
They're not part of NATO.
But if other countries are putting in that amount of money, like Canada and all that,
should be part of NATO.
Then, or I would be like, okay, well, we doing our share. No, we doing way too much. Yeah. Way too much.
Yeah.
Governor Ron DeSantis has previously avoided taking a hard stance on the U.S.'s Ukraine policy. On Monday, DeSantis said in a statement, the Ukraine war is not of vital national interest. Mm-hmm. He also referred to Russia's unprovoked invasion as a territorial dispute. Mm-hmm. I said that. Mm-hmm. It once belonged to Russia.
Yeah. They want it back.
So what do we have to do with that? If Putin wants it back, and it once belonged to him. Why are we involved?
It's like we, the Americans feel, not all Americans, but some of those Americans feel like we can't just stand by and let him wipe out
But y'all let
the whole nation.
But y'all let brown countries get wiped out.
I know. Thank you.
If you America and you go there and you want to save the world, right? Can we? Okay, we save the world. We're superheroes. We have capes on.
We got our capes on. We're flying around all over the world.
Can't some black people, brown people get included in that?
They flew right over Haiti. Oh, we don't see nothing there. Keep going. Africa? Certain countries, maybe. I don't know.
Our own country, Puerto Rico.
Thank you. That
president, he didn't even know
that it was
Trump
part of
didn't even
America.
know that was
Thank
America.
You. Thank you.
Your president is really going to be proud of you. You're our president.
Everybody in Puerto Rico probably went, huh? Are you kidding me?
So I don't mind. You want to be a superhero? I'm fine with America being a superhero. Yeah. I just feel like it should be even Steven.
Yeah.
Be superhero to everybody.
Everybody. But my thing is,
people can't even walk down the street in Haiti now.
I'm trying to understand the whole NATO thing. That's my concern. I thought that was partly the reason why our countries all became and part of that group.
Yeah.
We help each other. You're part of NATO, we help each other.
They wanted Ukraine to be part of NATO.
They're not.
And that's why Putin jumped the gun and started. He said, I don't want y'all to be part of NATO.
Billions of dollars.
But I don't care. If that's your whole objection of being over there, I want other countries to put in some work too. It's like we putting in all the work over there.
Maybe Biden, like you said, there's some hidden agenda with Biden's relationship, his son's relationship with Ukraine.
And that's not looking good, that your son has a relationship with Ukraine.
Yeah, and we're helping.
And we spending billions of dollars in Ukraine.
So that was, I agree with that. That's one thing I do agree with Comover and DeSantis.
Kiki says, I 100% agree with you about Ukraine. While the U.S. has many vital national interests, securing our borders, addressing the crisis of readiness with our military, achieving energy security, which I've been saying as a prepper, and independence, and checking the economic and cultural and military power of the Chinese Communist Party, becoming further entangled in territorial dispute between Ukraine and Russia is not one of them, DeSantis said in a statement. So I agree,
and we know how he is.
He don't want nobody. I don't want no black history in Florida.
Latino,
nothing
coming from Mexico.
Nothing.
Send him to Martha's Vineyard.
So it would make sense for him to say
he's consistent.
I'm consistent. I don't want nothing going nowhere with nobody.
Thank you.
So, but I agree with that.
I always felt that way too with the whole Ukraine thing.
And we have military. We have guys in the military who are training and riding in trucks that when they drive over a mine, they blow up. They can't reinforce the equipment that we currently have, but you sending billions of dollars over to Ukraine.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry. I'm not into the Ukraine thing. Okay. I'm sorry. You can do the arms of the angel with the Ukraine people starving. I can show you the same arms of the angel videos of Haitians starving.
And even historically, there are Jews who have fled the Holocaust and had their families. They didn't see their family members.
Yes.
They lost loved ones in Germany in that Holocaust.
Yeah.
So it's a hard thing because we're like about humanity.
And I
want to save everybody.
But can't that be private?
Let's save everyone.
But that should be private.
I know.
That should be going to Elon Musk and
segment. This is the part of the show in any of those award shows that I like to watch because it reminds you of
who passed
the great artists and all who they are have passed away, because sometimes we forget.
But they left off major people.
Yeah.
Tom Sizemore.
What was
and Anne Hayes?
What was the negative, the maybe the craziness with him? I can say with her.
Paul Sorvino.
Because because she was on some kind of whatever.
She ran into that lady's house. But still, why is that?
And we were talking about John Travolta coming out, making some comments.
Some eagle-eyed viewers couldn't help but notice that some big names were left out of the memoriam tribute during the Oscar broadcast on March 12th. Before the segment began, John Travolta gave a brief introduction and a nod to his Grease co-star, Olivia Newton-John. Now, you said they flashed her picture so fast you didn't even know that was Olivia Newton-John.
I know. I'm thinking, okay, they feel like because he said something about her, that's enough.
Well, the tribute paid homage to a number of stars, Newton, Ray, I saw Ray Liotta, Kirstie Allen, Robbie Coltrane, and others. But the segment left some viewers wanting more. Actor Lydia Cornell tweeted the following message. Can anyone explain to me why this happens every year? The Too Close for Comfort star then listed a few names that she noticed. Paul Sorvino. Now, they gave his daughter a few years ago, or was it last year, an Oscar.
When you think her dad
and he's been in so many movies, it's ridiculous.
Thank you.
Who died in July at age of 83. Anne H., who died at 53 in August.
Injuries.
In that car crash. Tom Sizemore, who died earlier this month.
Those are three major names.
At the age of 61. Yeah, but they also forgot Gilbert Gottfried.
Sure enough. Affleck.
Paul Sorvino was one of the greatest actors in cinematic history in Hollywood. It is unconscionable that he would be left out of the in memoriam segment of the Oscars. It's a 3-hour show. They can't give a couple of more minutes to get it right, she said.
Thank you. And they do this every year.
Every year.
What is wrong with the group that puts the show together?
And the Oscars, well, this is what the Oscars said. Let me see. Here we go.
What BS answer they got?
The Academy receives hundreds of requests to include loved ones and industry colleagues in the Oscars. An executive committee representing every branch considers the list and makes selections for the telecast based on limited available time. All the submissions are included on an A-frame and will remain on the site throughout the year, the statement read.
That don't cover up what they just said as far as limited available time.
And who is this committee that would forget these people?
Those people. Here's the thing that I always I'm learning the industry. And the industry will show writers, photographers, all in all areas, not just actors.
Yeah.
But at least for me personally, I may be slammed for this. The top of the list for me, out of all of the jobs you can do, is the actor.
Right, and they showing the guy who
the cinematographer.
No, that's big. But I'm saying a grip.
No, for me
they showing like a grip. But
for me, that's not big.
Right,
that's why I don't want to touch. I don't want to step on toes for those of you who are in those other positions.
Right.
But the actor.
But you can't show every grip. That you know what I'm saying?
Can you pull out one grip that we really don't care about?
You gotta show an actor.
We didn't see her movies.
It says here, Laverne and Shirley, Cindy Williams.
They got a big slam for that one. Cindy Williams is not only an actress, but she's a producer.
And Boogie Nights star Philip Baker Hall, who died at the age of 90.
No excuse, you guys. No excuse.
Wendy says Sidney Poitier. They left out Sidney Poitier when he passed away?
Wendy.
Wow.
You sure? Because he got an Academy Award.
That's ridiculous.
One of the first blacks, right?
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
So y'all need to be shamed. Whatever this committee is, you need to be shamed.
All right. Okay. So on to stuff that really matters.
Go ahead.
The 83-year-old recalls that Emmett Till was kidnapped and murdered. He had no idea what was about to happen. This guy was friends with Emmett Till, okay? Aww. Reverend Wheeler Parker speaks on the memory of Emmett Till. He was a fun-loving prankster. Well, remember they said the movie Till should have been nominated.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
For the Oscars.
Okay.
In a recent profile by NPR, the 83-year-old spoke on how the ordeal made a major impact on his life. I promised God if he just saved my life, I was going to do right. While initially, he was there when they came and got him. Mm-hmm. While initially looking back on Emmett, who was Parker's cousin and best friend, the pastor recalled he was a fun-loving prankster. Additionally, he shared a piece of little-known information, something we didn't know, regarding how Emmett stuttered all the time on account of run-in with the polio. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Parker also added that as Emmett didn't have any siblings, they would often spend time fishing and going on trips together. This is him, Reverend Wheeler Chicago to Mississippi. While the boys were visiting Parker's grandfather down south, the infamous tragedy played out after an interaction with Carolyn Bryant Donham at the store. Parker specifically recalls Teal wolf whistling at the white woman, which is a popular method of complimenting one's attractiveness. However, the situation went horribly wrong. He loved pranks, so he whistled. He gave her that wolf whistle, which when he did that, we could have died. Nobody said, let's go. We just made a beeline for the car. Regarding the wolf whistling, Parker explained that Emmett was just joking in an attempt to make his friends laugh.
But I thought when we had talked about this before, that's what we always heard was a whistling, and then we was hearing that was not.
Well, he's saying that it is.
He's witnessing it, and he said it was a whistle.
However, once Emmett saw his friend's reaction, he grew frightened, and the pastor recalls being chased down a gravel road while heading off. He was joking. He wanted to make us laugh. When he saw that we didn't laugh and we were scared, he's frightened now. And we jumped in the car and we're going on this gravel road, and there's a car coming behind us. Dust is flying everywhere. And someone said, they're after us. They're after us. And of course, we jumped out the car into the cotton field and the car went on by. Eventually, though, Carolyn's husband and his half-brother showed up where the boys were staying at Parker's, and he recalls getting ready to die that night. I heard them talking at 2:30 in the morning, they said. You got two boys here from Chicago. And of course, when I hear this, I'm thinking, man, we getting ready to die. I said, these people finna kill us. He continued with his account, noting that he was shaking like a leaf and that the entire ordeal was a horrible feeling to go through. I'm shaking like a leaf in the tree in dark of 1,000 midnights. It's so dark. You can't see your hand before your face. So when they came in with the gun in one hand and a flashlight at the other, I closed my eyes shut, horribly feeling horrible. The man ultimately took Teal, who had no idea what was about to happen to him.
You almost wish, like in the movies, that when they're visiting and they're saying, man, we gotta go, that they would have just left town. Would he still
Instead
be alive?
of going back home, going back to the
town
house
and get Emmett out of town real quick and just go by foot or whatever way they can, because they knew that they were going to come back and hurt him.
He said Parker says he struggles with survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
In the aftermath of Emmett Till's murder, Reverend Wheeler Parker notes that he always had survivor's guilt. He also added, while Emmett's mother, Mammy Till Mobley, never asked him, but what happened? She did ask him to carry on the work. Ain't that something?
So what is the story of the movie show? Do they show that
I don't know. Whistle? If you guys saw the Emmett Till movie, does that play out to what
his friend is saying?
What the Pastor Parker is saying? I didn't see the movie. I may need to see the movie Emmett Till. We probably should see the movie. You ain't gonna see it, are you?
I don't really like movies like this.
I'll probably see it.
Because I just get mad all over again.
I'll see it because that white lady's still living. And I want to hear what she said.
And I would be even more mad knowing that she's still living.
Yeah. And know what and know that she's the cause of him dying.
Because she must have said something.
I think she said he was messing with her or something.
What if she didn't say anything? Boys would have just laughed it off and went on home. Mm-hmm. But no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was trying to be funny. See, he from Chicago. He wasn't used to that.
Told him that if that's truly what his mom said.
You can't act like that in Mississippi.
You can't be no uppity and no attitude.
All right. So this is I'll go from that story, which is horrible. This is a story you should know deeply. A New York woman walks out on a date who refused to pay $3 for a slice of cheese on his burger. Who do we know refuses to pay extra money for cheese on their burger? Our dad. And my dad will cuss you out if you bring home a cheeseburger.
He hasn't been in McDonald's for a while, so when he did go, He gets his sandwich. He gets his sandwiches with extra pickles and extra onions
and a hamburger. And he says, I can put my own slice of cheese on.
Well, he said cheeseburgers at first, and then they told him the price.
And he said, I can put my own cheese on.
I think he almost cursed the person out.
That's what I'm saying. He'll cuss you out.
And get mad when we say, Dad, we'll buy them for you.
Yeah, no, you're not sitting there
buying all that, the cheese. I said, we're buying it.
I can buy a whole packet of cheese for the amount of money they charge you to put on one cheeseburger.
Yeah,
that's how he
That's how he is.
A New York woman has gone viral after walking out on her date who refused to pay $3 for a slice of cheese on his hamburger, and the internet is having a field day. The woman, who goes by Daphne Diamond, whatever, on TikTok, was having dinner with a man she met on the dating app Hinge, and things were going well enough. That is until he told the waitress he didn't want cheese on his burger upon learning it cost a few additional dollars. $3 is a lot of money for a slice of cheese.
But hold on. Think about this. I'm out on a date with you. If you're making a stink about
$3.
What else are you making a stink about? You a cheapskate. Let's just talk about it later when you're not around me.
Well, moments,
call the restaurant and say, you know what does this $3 cheese cost?
Moments later, a quiet, irate Daphne says she excused herself to use the restroom, but actually she went and paid the bill herself before leaving the restaurant entirely without saying goodbye. Instead, she reposted to text him a message that read, "The check is taken care of. You should have gotten the cheese."
That's cute. I like that.
That's wrong.
I can't be.
So people came back and said, odds are she'll end up alone forever.
No.
The responses she received were not one of sympathy or understanding.
I don't care.
The viral clip has gone almost 6 million times on Monday. Most commenters didn't agree with her gripe at her date's apparent cheapness, with many claiming the man had a lucky escape.
No.
Daphne didn't reveal why the date's refusal to pay the $3 for cheese on his burger irked her so much, only adding that she was exhausted by dating in your 20s. Ooh. Here's my thing.
Okay.
I can understand why she's mad about him not.
You're saying he went too far.
She shouldn't have ditched him like that.
Does it matter if she's not going to see him no more? I don't care. I get it. I wouldn't have done it. My thing is, I probably would have been worse because I would have confronted him at the table. I can't believe you not paying $3 for some cheese. Negro, are you cheap like that?
You would have said that.
Yes, I would.
Oh, I would have said
that bothers me.
I don't care.
That bothers me because that just kind of gives me a hint.
But you don't have
if you are struggling, you don't have to agree with it and don't like it, but not in front of me. I'm your date.
But you don't have to say nothing. Just say it. Keep it to yourself.
I don't know what I would have said, to be honest, but I would have been, if he would have said it out loud, I probably would have said something.
Oh.
I just wish that he handled that himself better.
Yeah.
Don't let me know how cheap you are.
He should have. Both of them was wrong.
I know.
What should have happened is he should have said, "Can I have a hamburger and cheese with it?"
Or just say no cheese.
And the waitress says for cheese is $3 extra, and then he says, "You know what? I'll just do a hamburger. I don't have to have cheese."
Yeah, cheese kind of gets me all kind of stopped up anyway. Play around with it. Get out of it and make me laugh.
But if he said,
I know you got a sense of humor.
But if he said $3 for some cheese, that's embarrassing.
That's my dad.
All right, yeah.
That's why I felt that way. My dad. And the sad thing about when Kim brought it up,
it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. And when we offer to pay for it, he still complains.
It's the principle.
I was like, we're paying for the cheese, Dad. Don't worry about it.
It's
they shouldn't charge that much.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here going, oh my God, I can't be out with nobody that I'm dating that's doing this.
So I don't know.
Maybe she had a moment. Maybe she had a daddy moment when she got
and then to me, she overreacted.
Yeah, she did. She did.
You don't leave somebody like that and then pay for it, text him and say you should have gotten the cheese.
But we've all watched the episode of J.J. Evans taking out Shirley Raff when it was he was his girlfriend at that time. Mm-hmm. She was very uppity, and the mom kept saying, "JJ, you don't have your job. Tell her you're not working anymore."
He lived in the project.
No, he had a good job. He lost it, but he was taking her out, and he took her to a nice restaurant, and the mother kept saying, JJ, you don't have the money to pay for it.
I don't remember that episode.
That's an episode with Shirley Raff, was one of his girlfriends.
Okay.
And she left.
That's what this lady did.
She left him.
That's why I said that's wrong to do that.
That was funny.
Yeah. But to say you should have gotten the cheese, that was wrong.
Really, you guys, $3.
That is a lot of money though for some cheese.
But $3, you don't have $3?
No, it's not. He's a principal guy like Daddy.
Like that.
I know, not for me, but I'm saying he's probably like a burger I was gonna get for $10. Now it's $13.
Pay it. Are you cheap?
Yeah.
Gosh, dude. And don't complain about it in front of your date.
That's the problem.
You're just tacky. Right. Maybe people feel like he deserved it because he's tacky.
Yeah, both of them was wrong in my opinion.
Okay.
Man 81 survives on candy and croissants for almost a week after his SUV got stuck in the snow.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not even going to go through the story. I'm just putting this up here again
for prepping. These type of stories,
I keep reminding everybody to prep, not only for your house, but for your car.
For your car, yeah. If anything happens, it's too cold, it's too hot, you have no food, nothing in the car.
Exactly.
Water, survivor kit.
We have packages of water that I bought that I keep in the car. I keep an emergency bag with Band-Aids and all that stuff in the car. But you should also, what I've been lacked on, which is this.
Like food stuff. That would last a while in the car if that happened.
I need to put some stuff in the car that can last for a long time.
Some Slim Jims, do they last?
Yeah, something like that.
I'll be tearing some Slim Jims up. Boy.
Yeah, something like that can last in case you get stuck. And this is not even in the snow. People have been getting stuck on the highway.
Yeah.
For over a day.
Yeah, that's scary.
And freezing. And being hungry. So all of that.
Like that storm that they had on the East Coast.
Yes. So prepping again. Now we got summer coming.
Yeah.
So just like you prep for the wintertime, you need to prep your car and your house for the summer.
Okay.
What if your what if you're stuck on the highway? What if whatever? You can't sit in 100 degrees and you don't have nothing. So you need to have a fan, you need to have water, you need to have all of that.
Survivor kit.
Yep.
Prepping.
Yep.
Okay.
Looking at the time. Fast food.
See, my thing shows a little bit.
I can see it. You love putting that little thing up.
Because it gives me an idea how long we're going.
Fast food restaurant employees share 50 items you should never order.
No, they didn't say chili.
Chili. And I did this because you love Wendy's chili.
I like Wendy's chili. What's going on? What's in it?
They say don't order that.
Why?
One of the most damning allegations came from a former employee who said that the chili at Wendy's is just overcooked beef that sometimes is frozen for up to 7 days before being thawed out. We obviously hope this claim turns out to be false, but be wary that there's a chance the next meal at Wendy's is not quite as fresh as the company likes to boast. That's old meat that they put in their chili.
They recycle. Okay. I guess too. We ain't playing when we pray over our food, are we? We don't know. We may not be aware.
Subway tuna sandwiches.
No, I don't do that. I don't do Subway tuna.
According to a former employee who posted his comment in the aforementioned Reddit thread, tuna sandwiches and Subway are literally poison in a container. Mostly because they are often served despite being a few days past their original expiration date.
I believe it. But that's anything we eat. It could be old and be on the shelf for a long time.
Little Caesars breadsticks.
We do that. We've done that in the past.
Someone claims to be a former manager in one of the company's branches that the butter on their breadsticks isn't real. Ooh. According to Reddit use, the fake butter is just an imitation of butter that comes in a large bag that's not even frozen. It didn't explain exactly what the stuff is.
Is it the stuff they put on the popcorn too?
Probably. Because that makes you get sick.
Yeah, we don't eat that anymore.
KFC original chicken. That's you, Ma.
That's you too, Kim. Oh. What's going on with KFC?
You should probably stay away from buying anything there near the end of the day.
Oh.
as many of these meals are made during the morning and left under the lights for many hours.
That makes sense. When they first make it. Time to make the donuts.
McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Okay.
One annoying thing about McNuggets is that they are often made hours before you've actually ordered them and left on the heater until you do. Fortunately, these little half chicken, who knows what snacks are so freaking tasty that most of us are willing to overlook that and eat them anyway.
I'll just go to Chick-fil-A for my nuggets.
Starbucks food.
What about Starbucks food?
Everything edible in Starbucks not only isn't fresh, it actually arrives frozen and gets heated throughout the day.
Yeah.
In other words, if you're a Starbucks fan and tend to also eat there, just know that you are literally overpaying for frozen food.
I disagree. Because some of the things that I eat, if you guys go to Starbucks, they have these little plastic things with cut up apples and grapes and cheese, and it's covered and sealed. And then the only thing
loaded with preservatives, probably.
Well, yeah, but I'm eating cheese and crackers and apples versus a donut. But the only thing I actually do go and eat is the croissant, ham and cheese croissant. Now, it can say frozen all they want to, but I love that one.
Arby's roast beef sandwich. Apparently, the beef gets to the place in a liquid state.
Ew. Like
a mush. Then it gets put in the oven and solidifies through the heat.
I didn't know that.
And cut into strips by the staff.
I
don't like Arby's roast beef
Arby's,
anyway.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts, coladas.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't.
Whew. I thought they was gonna talk about my restaurant.
Let me see.
What's wrong with
those?
Those
happened. The last episode of Meet the Kardashians, then the stroke building up their arteries. That's why it's not a surprise if some of the worst culinary offenses are unclean serving machines are done by staff at Dunkin' Donuts. No. Starbucks secret menu. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Culver's veggie burger. We don't eat that.
Nope.
McDonald's McRib. I don't eat that. That ain't even a rib.
No. I don't
Burger
know what
King
it is.
Whopper Jr.
Oh. What does it say?
Has been lying under the heating lamps for a few hours.
Oh, so most of them is under the heating lamps.
Here's you. Panda Express, orange chicken.
What
Ain't that you?
Yeah.
We've heard from one user who works at the chain that they freeze the chicken is by putting some gravy on the leftovers and keeping it in the freezer until it's opening time again. If that indeed grosses you out, then it might be best to only go there during peak demand times.
Mm-hmm. When it's fresh, like lunch hour.
See, I don't eat most of this stuff anyway.
Yeah. Jimmy John? Oh, no, not
that's
the veggie.
No.
Do we look like we eat veggie burgers?
McDonald's sweet tea.
Oh, what about it?
Apparently McDonald's sweet tea, which even has a green font in its name just to imply what a healthy customer you are, has over 1 pound of sugar for every gallon of tea. Yup, you read that right. Literally 38 grams of sugar. How's that diet thing going for you?
Here's, for some reason, I like to challenge that. McDonald's tea, if you guys do sweet tea at other places, like what's the Cane's sweet tea, every other restaurant, McDonald's sweet tea is not that sweet. So you can't tell me it's pounds of sugar in it.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Wendy's fries. It would be hard to tell approximate age of the bag of the French fries.
Wait, I don't
since
like
they
fries.
age quite well.
I don't like their fries.
Most of this stuff we don't eat.
Yeah. Jersey Mike's chicken parmesan.
Yeah. All right. So that was it. I'm not going to go through all of them. Donkey of the day. You want to know who Charlamagne the God's donkey of the day is?
Yes.
Father attempted to rob his own son at knife point in Glasgow.
So that's in England?
A masked man who attempted to rob a teenager at knife point was unaware it was his own son. My mother said, "Oh." A 45-year-old man who attempted to disguise himself with a snood targeted the boy at an ATM on November 19th. The victim, 17, had used the cash machine near his home to withdraw. Sheriff Andrew Cubby, who sentenced the father to 26 months, told the court, "These are extraordinary set of events." The court heard the teenager had spotted the hoodie accused, who cannot be named for legal reasons, lurking near the ATM. The prosecutor says As he put his card in his pocket and took the cash from his machine, he turned left and felt something against the left side of his face. He was pinned up against the wall by the neck. The boy felt a large knife pressed against his face. She added the robber told him, "Give me it now." "What are you doing?" The victim instantly identified his father from his voice and his eyes. The stunned boy replied, "Are you serious? Do you know who this is?" The attacker said he didn't care, but the teenager then pulled down his hoodie on his father to reveal his father and asked, "What are you doing?" He responded, "I'm sorry. I'm desperate." The son fled the scene and told his grand of his ordeal before the police were alerted. The robber was later arrested at his home and initially denied being the culprit.
Oh my goodness.
But he later stated, "I didn't know it was him at the cash machine. I done it. I will do the time for it." He admitted a charge of attempting to rob the victim and in possession of a knife in public place. Edward Gilroy, defendant, told the court his mother, brother, and son are all extremely angry at him.
He had a chance. He said, "What are you doing?"
And then he pulled the hood down and said, "What? Do you know who this is?"
And he still said, "I'm desperate." What is wrong with him?
He could have just robbed him at home. Why he rob him in the ATM machine?
We do that anyway, don't we? Some of us at home, we go and sneak and they rob it and take their money.
Why would he rob him
at knife
ATM?
point? So now he got himself in trouble using a weapon. Oh my God.
So that's the donkey of the day.
Oh, he is the donkey of the year. You robbing your son at an ATM machine. Oh no. That's a donkey big time.
And the son fled the scene.
Oh my God. At first I thought maybe he was drunk or he was high. He didn't know who he was. Oh my God.
So that was your donkey of the day.
That is a good donkey.
All right. Do you have anything else?
What's the comments though? Did we miss anything?
No, just Wendy said Sidney Poitier. I don't know if did he get the money. They said the son fled the scene, but I don't know if he took the money or not.
And he said after he said, "Do you know who this is?"
He said I'm desperate.
So he knew who it was. His son.
He might be on drugs. That sounds like a crackhead.
That's a crackhead or something.
That sounds like a crackhead.
He's desperate. He needed that fix.
Yeah. So that was it. You have anything else?
That was it.
All right, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you like the video. The computer doesn't see anything else but likes. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to our new channel. I haven't uploaded on there in a while. Relax Sleep Sounds.
Do that tonight.
Woods Relax Sleep Sounds. But it's enough stuff on there if you like fan sounds and all that stuff. But make sure you subscribe to our new channel.
Do you have a forest sound?
Like what?
Forest. Like animals in the forest?
Yeah, I got a forest.
Okay.
I think I got a farm on there too.
Okay.
So don't forget to subscribe to our new channel. Wendy said, left out a memorial, Sidney Poitier.
I didn't know that. That's a big name. That's a big name.
That's an abomination. That's worse than the names we mentioned.
Right. Sidney Poitier? Oh my goodness.
So that's ridiculous.
Okay.
But okay.
That committee needs to be shot down.
Yeah, who is this committee? But don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Always believe, guys. And that was another Woods Report. See you later. La 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 la. It's still going, y'all.